Joe Rogan has reached a new low, y'all. Like, doing damage control for pedophiles. Are you kidding me?
A very specific illicit desire to want underage people.
Well,
how do you even find out that someone's into that?
Well, I don't think that the majority or anything close to it of the women were technically. I think it was largely
young,
very young, barely legal, so to speak. But and I know that there were cases of underage, but I think
most of it was just
very, very young, but not like
20-year-old
not
girls,
like 13
18-year-old girls.
type thing.
Underage girls? You mean kids, Joe? Do you mean kids by that? Like, doesn't he have 3 girls of his own? What the fuck's going on?
And then, remember, because this is an international enterprise, and many of the clients are like, in countries that don't necessarily have the same norms about that that we do. You can very easily see someone getting involved in that just because girls juice deal.
So culture plays a part in this, I guess. Societal norms are different in other countries, Maybe in other countries it's more acceptable to be a part of a child sex trafficking ring. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's being tossed out in that clip. But most importantly, there's no pushback from Joe. No, not just in this clip, and these other clips that I'm going to show you all too from this recent interview guest that he had on. No pushback. It's like Joe is allowing, not even Joe is allowing, Joe is scheduled to have these guests come onto his show and spew misinformation out there with no pushback. Like, the Joe Rogan Experience is pretty much now a PR tool for the Epstein client list. Like, let's just be honest, dude. Oh, Lord. It just seems like the tech oligarchs, the elites, have promised Joe Rogan a seat in the rocket ship when this planet comes to shit, dude. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, this man has sold out, completely compromised. I'm just like, 2011 Joe Rogan would hate this version of Joe Rogan. And for those out there who still, ride for Rogan or whatever the hell, come on, dude. As an ex-Joe Rogan fan myself, there comes a point in time where I'm just like, dude, the evidence is clear. It's right in front of you. This man is completely sold out and compromised. He doesn't give a fuck about you anymore. Yeah, I'm talking about Rogan in this video, so if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'd truly appreciate it. I think we should now change the name of the Joe Rogan Experience to the Jeffrey Epstein Experience. You know what I mean? The name Jeffrey Epstein right now is pretty hot. It's pretty popular. We're getting a lot of traffic in Google search. I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan, being a cuck for money that he is, he probably will be down for it. The Jeffrey Epstein Experience, come on. Because honestly, it's an accurate name. How many guests has Joe Rogan had on the show that have been on the Epstein files? Well, look.
I met Epstein a few times as well, and I think...
How'd you get introduced?
It was Reid Hoffman in Silicon Valley introduced us in 2014.
Interesting.
And I probably was my moral weakness that I...
Well, how could you have known back then? He had never been arrested.
No, this was 2014. It was post arrest.
Oh, so his arrest was the first arrest, right?
Yeah,
which was like
2007, 08.
Okay.
Another one.
Huge events, and you're just talking, and you're making. We've highlighted you on the show many times when you did this Biden impression where he's walking around, he doesn't know what he's doing. It's funny. It's stand up. It's funny stuff, but it's like you and you're making fun of Elon one time. You were doing an Elon impression. It's great. You have like comedic instincts. Like when you said to Hillary, "You'd be in jail." Like that's great timing. And I think
it's funny. You need at least the attitude of a comedian when you're doing this business. This is a very dangerous business, first of all. It's a very tough business. Another one.
A little bit ago.
Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day. Jesus Christ.
I'm not participating in any of that conversation between Elon and
Have a
Trump.
nice day, DJD. Someone should take his phone away.
They're going back and forth about different things. And
Yeah.
How does he know? Does he know that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files? Or does he have access to the Epstein files?
I don't know how he would, but I'm just staying out of the Trump-Elon thing. That's way outside my lane.
What the fuck are they doing?
I know my lane, and that ain't it.
I just don't.
And another one.
All in. What are you going to do?
There are too many coincidences to make it plausible that Jeffrey Epstein...
No one knows.
No one knows that.
No,
but what
we
people
don't know.
knew... No, meaning...
Someone must
But
know.
what I was going to say is like... you know, I've talked to enough people that knew him, met him, went to parties at his house, and said, like, everyone knew this about him. It was like a Harvey Weinstein thing.
Right.
You know, in the sense of the young women.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or in the sense that everyone knew about Bill Cosby that came into contact with him. Like, there were things that were just agreed to never speak about. You know, it's like, it's just absolutely sick. I was when the story broke about him hanging himself, I was obsessed for like a few days, but then I had to move on to other things. Like, the world is a big place.
That's what they're
Jews are getting beaten in the streets.
And another one.
It's so obvious.
Yes. Like known Epstein clients who are obviously extremely powerful, powerful politically and very wealthy, are, you know, Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, and Reid Hoffman. And some others too, but those three. So, you know, why was Reid Hoffman so intent on destroying Trump?
Yeah, how do you put someone in jail and you don't even name the clients? That sounds kind of insane.
Anyone who defends the Epstein files, not only defends, tries to misdirect the audience from what's truly going on in those files, should be put into a rocket ship and sent to not even Mars, because there's like a 0.001% chance that life can be there. Send them to fucking Venus. You know what I mean? All of them. 2-day shipping via FedEx. If the rocket ship doesn't work, send them via FedEx. Maybe FedEx will still go over there to fucking Venus. Like, it's insane, dude. Where's your morals and values? How, not even how dare you, but fuck it. How dare you try to misdirect not even the public audience, your fellow citizens, from the actual true danger in those files? The true danger to the society, to your own kids, to the country? Like, what is going on? Those people who are defending the Epstein files or trying to misdirect us, those are the actual traitors of this country. That's my 2 cents, dude. I just can't with that. And it's funny because, like, you don't see any mention of Elon Musk in that podcast, which, you know, we all kind of, we all saw this coming because, well, Joe Rogan and Elon Musk are, you know, BFFs and all that shit. Even though Elon was all over those Epstein files that were just recently dropped, and he's been out here going to bat and deflecting from all the accusations against him. But never mind that. Mike frickin' Benz is an Elon cuck himself. So of course he's going to go to bat for Elon. Of course he's going to try to misdirect the audience.
Free Epstein, you know, for the past 3 years of their lives has been the best weekend they've ever had. Has, you know, has made them feel alive again in their, you know, mid 50s or 60s. Has, you know, has opened all sorts of other deals for, you know, for them. And this deal might work out. So I'm afraid that if I say no to Jeffrey Epstein on this deal, I'm not going to get an invite to the next party. I'm not going to be able to get laid again with.
In the public eye, the narrative is underage girls. And this is the thing that makes it so disgusting. When people talk about it, everyone says kids on the island. This is the big conspiracy about it. And this is the reason why people are so outraged about it.
My concern with the runaway train on that is that it's a massive manhunt for something that it may be true. To me, it's a needle in the haystack. It might be true. Good luck looking for it. It would seem ludicrous to me that Epstein doesn't mean it's impossible. But logistically, if Epstein ever directly threatened someone, proactively, that is, if the person tries to blackmail Epstein, Epstein could, you know, reactively say, well, I've got shit on you too. But proactively and really, really do someone in like that, and word gets around that happens, everything he built goes, the whole Rolodex finds out.
What is he even trying to say? It's just pure word salad. I'm trying to, like, you know, catch up with him, but then he's over doing a U-turn on every single argument point. You know, and it's not even me who's saying this. The Joe Rogan Experience, the audience in the comment section, they're over here turning on Joe. They're over here saying, what the hell's going on? Why would you have this guy on the pod? You know what I mean? Why is he bald? And all this fun stuff. But like, it's very noticeable right now that Mike Pence is clearly trying to misdirect the audience. And on top of that, Joe Rogan's just not giving any pushback whatsoever. It's like this was all scheduled. It's all according to plan. And it just seems like Joe Rogan just is trying to deflect from the fact that maybe they're not kids. Maybe they are, you know, young women. I'm just like, what is like, how could you stoop that low? What is wrong with you? He has 3 girls of his own. What the hell is wrong with him? It doesn't matter. A crime is a crime. Clearly there was no consent whatsoever throughout all these girls. Like Mike Pence really said, oh, it's not really worth looking into the child trafficking when all we have is evidence of child trafficking. Like, we need to take down names. We need to take down names. These people are traitors. You know what I mean? And he also brought up the fact, like, it's just dumb argument points, because he also brought up the fact, how come nobody in the Epstein list ever, you know, claimed to be blackmailed? Why would you claim to be blackmailed by freaking Epstein? What would that insinuate about yourself? Like, what the fuck? Like, could you imagine that phone call? He's like, oh, help me. I'm being blackmailed. Oh my God, by who? You know, don't worry about it. Who are you being blackmailed by? Jeffrey Epstein. You mean the child predator?
Of the Epstein young girl, in my view, sidebar of the Epstein money laundering story is that it was for blackmail. And part of this is because the moment Jeffrey Epstein officially threatens somebody with blackmail, and that person tells his wife, and that wife tells her friends, and that gets out to somebody else that knows Jeffrey Epstein's access goes away overnight. That's the sort of thing that even a rumor of that spreading, and nobody else is going to want to do business with them.
So you think people just assume it's blackmail because that is how you would blackmail someone, especially underage girls?
I think it is very possible that there could have been indirect blackmail, meaning Epstein passes it on to an intelligence service, to a corporate espionage client or something. But even then, I mean, imagine, for example, if, you know, like on the Bill Gates thing, like there was Bill Gates gets an email, I have a video of you sleeping with this person. And, or somebody much lower level, the moment they send that to the press, if, in order to, they figure they have nothing to lose. I mean, there's not been anybody in the 7 years that's transpired who said, I was personally blackmailed by Jeffrey Epstein. I think, because the moment you do that, nobody comes to your parties anymore. You lose all the access. You lose all the deal flow.
He can't even complete full sentences. You can see him right there buffering in front of everybody, just trying to, come up with not even nice, just somewhat coherent argument points for his shit. Like, what is going on, man? It's just pure word salad. And Joe Rogan, not a peep, no pushback, Joe, what am I supposed to do? Give pushback? Rogan. Also, Bill Gates. Like, we all heard about that viral FCD story that happened. You know what I mean? Like, of course there is stuff that Bill Gates didn't want to go out to public. So, of course, that leads to evidence that there was blackmail involved.
I would not be surprised if the Epstein trafficking apparatus started with similar motivations. Not, that it's not necessarily for blackmail, but because it makes clients or customers or VIP people happy. It makes them owe you something. It makes them want to get involved in a deal you do. And then remember, because this is an international enterprise, and many of the clients are like in countries that don't necessarily have the same norms about that that we do. You can very easily see someone getting involved in that just because girls juice deals. And So I don't think that Epstein. I've not seen evidence, and in my view, you don't need any of that to understand the core part of the Epstein story that has relevance to your life today in terms of your own government and the workings of power and corporate finance and the
So this is what the JRE experience has come to know. This is what Joe Rogan has come to know. Just a PR tool to do damage control for the Epstein client list. I think that's possibly like the lowest you can go. Defending pedophiles willingly, or unless they got dirt on Joe as well. This is just insane. I'm gonna let y'all do the talking now. I feel like I yap too much, but yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. This was disgusting. This video. I just, as a father of 3, he's gonna do this. Interesting. Peace, y'all.